Good day, guys. Once again, it's Okoma Miss Clarissa Value and Wealth Creation Academy or BM Class Organization. And today I am going to be teaching you something quite tricky. But before I start my teaching, I just want to let you know that laziness triples the work and procrastination goes hand in hand with laziness. Which leads me to my topic for today. Be snappy and be accurate. Now you might be asking, Sherry, why exactly have you decided to come up with this topic? I did my research and I realized that people who procrastinate, people who are lazy, at some point they feel pleasure at that certain point, but what they do not know is that they are tripling the work for themselves. Let me use something very simple, something that we are well familiar with. Let's say chores, for example. You don't do your chores and it's just piling up and piling up and piling up, and eventually you have to still do it, and it's like triple the size if you had done it earlier, but you still have to do it because if not, who's gonna do it, right? So the same thing applies to life. It applies to value, it applies to your studying, and it applies to every aspect of your life. When you fail to do something, it just comes back to haunt you tomorrow. When you fail to discover your value, you are not going to get anything in the future. When you fail to study, your future is going to tell about it. Which leads me to the law of divine compensation. Right? What you sow, you shall reap. Most people do not understand this, and because they are yet to understand this, they are living a very, very, very tacky life, a very tacky, frustrating, and slow life. And this thing can be very, very frustrating for them because their life is moving in the direction they do not want it to move in. When it comes to sowing, we need to understand that in sowing, you need to take away laziness, you need to take procrastination. So ask yourself now while watching this video, what exactly am I supposed to do that I am not doing? What exactly should I be doing that I am not doing? Why am I not doing these things? Do I have valid reasons for not doing these things, or I'm just being lazy? And if the answer is yes, you are just being lazy, you're likely to pay your future with it, right? Because if what you fail to do today will come back tomorrow to haunt you. Now let's use people, for example, that have missed investment opportunities. I just want to use this example because it's the best I can come up with right now, but there are so many other examples. Let's say back then you wanted to buy a land, and that land is just worth like 500,000, and you're refusing to buy it. You're like, oh no, this, that. You're procrastinating. Oh, I'll buy it next month, I'll buy it the month after next month, I'll do this, I'll do that. And before you know it, when you are actually ready to buy the land, it is selling triple the size. Maybe it's 1.5 now, or even 2 million naira. Can you see how your procrastination just increased the work for you? How it's just coming back to bite you? Because people who had bought the land at 500,000 naira, they are reaping, right? They are getting interest, which is if they decide to sell the land. But you, because of your procrastination, you have to buy it at a higher price. Most people do this when it comes to their future. They don't study, they don't discover their value. They are always when it comes to studying, they don't take it seriously. But what they don't know is that their future will tell. Their future will tell. They are playing like they are gambling when it comes to their future, because they don't realize that these things will come back later to haunt them. And when it comes to be snappy and be accurate, I just want to tell you something that I have also noticed. This is through research and observation. Time is an illusion. Poof, it's gone like that. Most people think that they have time, but what you don't understand is that time is very tricky and very funny, and at the same time very, very expensive. So most people, what they think is that, oh, I am young, I still have tomorrow, or I still have a year left, or I still have like 2 years left to do so and so, to make an impact, to do this. But what they don't know is that time is an illusion. That is why you see that you can just sleep and wake up and now it's 10 years, it's 2 years, it's 3 years, because time itself is an illusion. Right? And most people don't understand this, and I have noticed it when it comes to being snappy and being accurate. You need to understand that time is an illusion and it does not wait for anybody. You cannot regain time. That is the simple truth. You cannot regain time. You can only use your time You can make your time count, but you cannot regain it. So every single moment right now that you're wasting, just know that your future self is paying for that. Because time is like, I don't know how to explain it that you would understand. Okay, time is like paying yourself, right? Your future self. You're rewarding your future self. That is time, as simple as that. So whatever you are doing now, you are sowing a seed in your future, and that thing is still going to pay. Whatever you are doing is going to pay your future. So if you're not studying, your future will tell. If you're playing or you're not taking your value seriously, your future will tell. Anything you're doing, your future will tell. If you're studying, your future will tell. If you're understanding what wealth is and how to create wealth, your future will tell. Time is simply paying your future, as simple as that. So ask yourself right now, with the systems and structure that I have in place, how exactly am I paying my future self? Do you see? The answer is poverty, because you are not taking things seriously. So when I say be snappy and be accurate, most people, they take time or they do things at the right time, but they are not accurate about it. You know this saying, right time, wrong place. That is the situation of so many people out there. They do things at the right time, but they are not accurate. You know, when I say be snappy and be accurate, it goes hand in hand. If you want your rewards to blossom and give you the best results ever, you need to be snappy and you need to be accurate. Right? So whatever you are doing, yes, take your time and make sure that you are doing it correctly. Make sure that you're doing it correctly. Someone once says that wrong information is the same thing as incomplete information, and that is the truth. So when you're doing something right but at the wrong time, it's still wrong. Or when you're doing something right at the wrong time, it still does not work. So you need to be snappy. You need to be accurate. What exactly should I be doing now? Okay, let's say you should be studying now, right? Don't just open your book and just start flipping through the pages and reading it and you don't even understand. Take your time to read in between the lines. Try to understand, what exactly is this person trying to communicate to me? What exactly is this person trying to say through these printed pages? Take your time, observe those information, right? That is being accurate. You are being snappy, you are by studying, and then being accurate is trying to understand what the author is trying to tell you through these printed pages. But most people, okay, it's time to study, they just study. And when they just study, what happened? When they just study, they don't even understand. And then when you ask them, they just say, I studied. Yes, you studied, but were you accurate with your studies? The same thing when it comes to investment. You are into investment, you are investing all the time, but you don't know anything about the stock market. You're just investing randomly. You are not even trying to learn. Yes, you might be doing the right thing, but are you doing it accurately? No. Okay, once again, my name is Miss Clarissa, and I taught you be snappy and be accurate. If you want to have a future, you need accuracy and you need the time it takes to do it. Bye bye.